Awesome. Okay, look at these pictures, you guys. I love putting this collage together of all these amazing families. So my name is Shantelle Flake, and this is my husband, Tyler.
Hello.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What do you want me to say?
You excited to be here? We're really going to be exploring tonight how coaching can help your family, and we wanted to focus on several different areas. We talk about physically, mentally, and financially, and how to thrive during these times. And I love this group actually came up with this name, Survive and Thrive. You can do both. Now, isn't that, I love that. I love focusing on both of those, because sometimes we think just surviving during this time, gonna get through this time, but we can actually thrive. And so I don't want to just tell you you can do that, but I want to show you that you can do that by the stories tonight. So I thought we'd start with a little funny meme here. Since a lot of us are working at home, a little tip: walk around in your bikini instead of your, and I'll say bikini or Speedo for you guys, instead of your pajamas, to help you with refrigerator distancing. You're welcome.
Yeah, the Speedo works too. I can testify on.
I don't think if you have a spouse, I don't think they're going to be, they're not going to be hating life.
Kids, I don't think your kids would.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. What about the school part, the schooling at home? But I think we could honestly raise your hand if memes are getting you through this. Are you guys loving all the memes coming through? I think we could fill up this whole Zoom call full of funny memes and get you laughing. But we'll get on with some inspiring things. Like I said, we are Tyler and Shantelle. We have been certified coaches for 8 years now, over 8 years, and so we've had a great time. I'm going to mute a few people. If you are not muted, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so we just want to kind of share our story a little bit. Do you want to start, hon?
Yeah, so 8 years ago, somebody shared coaching with Shantelle, her mentor coaches, and right away I could see, within the first few months, I could see how it helped, our immediate people around us, my family. People were shrinking and losing weight, physically. You could just see it affect my family right away. And I was like, wow, what is this that you're doing? And why is your family shrinking? Why is my family shrinking? That's interesting. And then over time, Shantelle mentioned, it's mental, it's physical, it's financial. Over time, I could tell that it also changed Shantelle. She was more excited, more happy, seemed a lot more fulfilled with, this side thing that she was doing. And then after about, 4 or 5 months, financially, it really got my attention. And I was like, oh, you make actual money with this? Like real money? Like changing our monthly income in a significant way. And it was very surprising and a very happy surprise, and I just kept growing from there, and it's been amazing. I've loved it so much. And then there's also the mental and physical aspects that helped both of us a lot, but then a lot of people around us. So
I think a couple of months ago I actually asked Tyler, I said, do you think I've changed? Like how have I changed? And it was like a really interesting conversation to have. And what I was surprised about was it was mostly the mental side, like the mind, the mindset, and how we react. And it was a really enlightening conversation to have. And as he went on to describe all the ways that he felt like I had changed, because I feel like it's sometimes hard to see that in yourself, right? And so as he was sharing those things, it was like a check mark. It's like, thank you, Optavia. Thank you, coaching. Thank you, all the things that I've learned. But I feel like for the past 8 years, the things that we have learned in being in this community and being inspired by these people, it has prepared us for the present. And while we go through these hard times, different hard times in our life, right? Maybe not even right now, but like in the future, as we prepare, that's what that's my goal, is being prepared for those times, because that preparation, that happens before, right? Before even the hard times strike. So tonight, as we kind of share some stories, I want you to be thinking, oh, by the way, I think this picture is hilarious, son, of our family, because that is not how we look most of the time.
Oh, we're perfectly put together all the time, even after 3 weeks of quarantine. There's no fighting. There's never any, we always look perfect.
Yeah, that picture, like, just substitute those laughs with like everyone killing each other, and that's more accurate. But
domestic abuse has gone up, but not in our household.
No, okay, just that disclaimer. We'll just throw that out there right now. Okay, so as you kind of hear everyone talking tonight, I want you to also take a personal evaluation of these 3 different areas. Health, and Tyler already mentioned that. Healthy body, healthy finances, and healthy mind. Kind of where you're at with these. Obviously, you came on this call because you wanted to improve in one of these areas, because that's what the invite said, of how to help in these areas. And I think naturally we think of, I want you to look at like the little sub headers, right? Like, not just healthy body, but really what does that entail? Going deeper into that. Healthy, I love like even healthy finances. I hear a lot of people saying, we have enough. We have enough. We're fine, especially during these times. We're fine. But is it really, we lived a fine life for a long time, but that's no place to be. To me, that's no comfort. Do you have abundance? Do you have freedom with your time? Are you set up for lifelong? Do you have time to give those community contributions? So like lots of different things to kind of be thinking about tonight. So I hope you can take a minute and really evaluate on that. I would love to introduce some of my friends, Jacob and Lauri Muse, and have them share a little bit more about their story. And I've watched them and their stories, and we've had so many fun times together going on cruises and stuff, and I've really been able to watch them. I'm so inspired by their story. Jacob and Lauri, are you guys there?
We are here. Can you hear us okay?
I can't hear you very well. Can anyone else?
All right.
Oh, that's perfect. Come a little bit closer. Yep.
You'll get my whole face. Thank you so much for inviting us. We're excited to share. When we found out about this program, we were super unhealthy in all 3 areas. I mean, really, really, truly unhealthy in all 3 areas. But at the time, my biggest concern was my physical health. It really was kind of destroying every aspect of my life because it was so out of balance. You guys still can't hear?
It's a little fuzzy. Can you get any closer?
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. Good.
All right. So just my physical health was so much on my mind that I wasn't even realizing how unhealthy I was mentally or financially. I mean, I knew we weren't where we wanted to be, but the physical health was the biggest portion for me. I dove into this program in a really hesitant way. I really didn't think that it was going to really be any lasting change because I'd done so many diets in the past and had always failed. And so I tried reluctantly. I told my coach I would give it a month. And at the end of the month, I'd lost 20 pounds. At the end of 4 months, I'd lost 55 pounds. And I went on to lose almost 70 pounds. And that was almost 4 years ago. And it was just a miracle for me. But what I found about 2 weeks in, I was talking with my coach, and we really were focusing a lot on mindset. And she was talking to me about how much I hated my job at the time. I was working outside of the home, and all I had ever wanted to be was a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be there with my kids, and was really feeling resentful that my sisters and my mom were basically raising my kids, and I wasn't living my dream. And that's what I had wanted. And so I decided to try coaching. And I went into coaching with a lot of massive concepts. I was only 2 weeks into my own program. And so I thought, nobody's going to want to talk to someone who's still obese. Nobody wants to listen to me. What do I know? I really don't know that much about coaching. What are people going to think of me? I really had a lot of ideas about what that was going to mean and a lot of fears. But my desire to be at home with my kids won out. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to try it. Well, at the end of 4 months, I had completely replaced my income by about 3 times. And I was able to quit my job and be at home with my kids, which was just an absolute dream for me. You know, and while that was my number one priority, so many other amazing things have come along in the process. We've been able to take dream vacations completely on my coaching money. We've been able to send a daughter off to college in a mission. We've been able to say yes to all of the sports and the concerts that they want to go to and the cheerleading competitions. And so it really has been just such an incredible blessing for us in every aspect of our lives.
As far as the coaching goes, I must admit.
Oh, we can't hear you, Jacob. Maybe put it up to your face.
Okay, sorry.
There.
Hold it even closer.
As far as the coaching goes, I really just stand here and look pretty. I'm the eye candy.
We still can't hear you. Sorry. Maybe if Lauri, you go out of the picture, sometimes it helps a little bit if you just see.
What's with them?
Okay.
There we go.
As far as coaching goes, I help Lauri kind of in the background. I stand here and look pretty. I'm kind of the eye candy of the dynamic coaching duo here in the Muse home. But the coaching aspect of it is fantastic for me because of the example that Lauri is and the other coaches within this community. Also, one of the big things are the habits that we have developed and are continuing to develop throughout this program, especially at this trying time where we're all kind of cooped up in the house with one another. Sticking to our habits, our daily habits and our routine is crucial for us not only to survive, but to thrive and to not kill each other. We've made it a point to make sure that we still get up at our normal time, and to go through our personal study and our family study, our meditation times, things like that, so that we can kind of, what's the best way to put it? Stave off that mentality of fear and frustration that would be so easy to fall into at this time with the events of the world going on. But we're able to, like I said, to stave that off, to keep it at bay, to leave it at the front door because of the habits that we continue to follow through on each and every day.
So the tip that we really wanted to pass on that we found to be so helpful for us is something that I've really been thinking about a lot lately, and that is that we do not rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. And that is something that has really helped us to thrive, not just survive at this time. I could choose to think that I want to be, a size 6 and have this amazing bikini body, and that's my goal maybe. But if I don't have the system in place that would help me get towards that goal, it doesn't really matter what my goal is. It's the system, it's the things that we put in place every single day that we do on a consistent basis that really help us to reach the level of life that we want to live that biggest life possible. My last little tip is to habit stack. What we found is just keeping our system in place as a family has been so important. So I still, even though the kids aren't at school, we still get up at a certain time. We have breakfast together, we have a healthy breakfast, but habit stacking, what that means is that you have a habit that's already in place and you add something to that you want to implement into your life, but you attach it to a habit that's already there. So for us, it's, we get up in the morning, then we do our personal study, and what that triggers is that then we go in and we make breakfast, and then the next habit is to get the kids up and we study together. So putting into place new habits is so important to tie them to habits that already exist, so that it's something that just flows and you're able to stay on top of things. It just becomes more automatic, and you're able to really make those good changes in your family and be able to stick with healthy habits in times that are just really pretty chaotic. So I hope that helps. A good help for people on tonight.
Thank you so much, Lauri. That is such great advice. I absolutely love that. And I have to say, like, as you're saying, like, get up, get ready. And I'm going to add to that list, put on some red lipstick, because that's going to make you feel good. Like, if you're feeling down, go put on some red lipstick. You're looking hot, my dear. But
Jacob,
better than the bikini, right?
think of what eye candy Jacob would be with red lipstick.
Oh, yeah.
No, great points. Thank you so much for sharing habit stacking and really keeping to that schedule. I mean, we've felt that the days that we have kept to that schedule are just so much more productive and just so much better. So thanks, you guys, for sharing. As Lauri was sharing her story, I want to touch on the 4 components of our program really briefly, so that anyone that's on the call that's kind of wondering what Lauri's talking about as she kind of shared her health journey, so exciting. You guys saw some of her before and after picture, and we have a proven system. And as Lauri was also saying, you dropped to the level of your structure. Did I get that quote right?
System.
Your system. Come help me with that. Okay, systems, yes. So basically what I got out of that was, you gotta have a system. You gotta have that structure in your life. And this is the structure that we teach people. So there are 4 components where you have a coach that's checking in with you, having that accountability. And the second one is that you have that mindset work. And sometimes there's so much information out there that it's hard to narrow down into what actually matters, what actually is going to help me. So this book and workbook, if you do not have a copy of this, grab it. This will change your life. The life book that leads you into creating what you want with your life and rewiring your brain, rewiring those habits. Maybe you haven't even started habit stacking. Like, you have no clue even where to start because you just feel like, I'm just a mess. But this actually helps you step by step. It's kind of like a staircase. It's not all 100 choices all at once. It's going to guide you into knowing what to do next. And our Optavia community, you're right here with us tonight. It is so inspiring and encouraging to know that there are other people here with us going through the same journey, going through the same things, and also that you have support. You have support through doctors and nurses and nutritionists and dietitians and help that end, and also a community online where we actually have a brand new Facebook group. If you're not a member of Healthy Together, I totally recommend you coming to join us, where that actually we post everything healthy, everything inspirational. And then finding an eating plan that works for you. So this is going to be different for everybody. Lauri described an eating plan for her where it's averaging about 10 pounds per month, where people are losing in the weight loss phase. But we have something for everyone where they're all based on eating 6 small meals and balancing your blood sugar. And there's lots of science behind that, and you can read up about that, and the person who invited you can share with you about that. But this is what we do in Optavia. This is how we are able to help transform that predictable transformation and that we do. This is how it's done. So I would love to now talk about our next friends. Do you want to introduce them?
Sure. So Keith and Lauri Warren are some of our very favorite Texans. I can't say favorite because there's a lot of Texans, but so Lauri's a really amazing health coach. Everybody loves Lauri. Keith is a business owner, and he's keeping the world supplied in bread right now. So
Thank you,
he's
Keith.
doing a great job. So yeah, take it away, Lauri and Keith.
Let me know if we need to do the one person on the screen. Can you hear me?
We're good. We can hear you.
Yay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So I'm just excited to kind of share how I found this program and what it has done for me in my life. I could really relate to Lauri's story of being that yo-yo dieter for so many years. I always say, you know, it's been like 30 years of being on that yo-yo for me and trying so many different things. And about the time that I turned 50, I was just like, you know, I think I'm going to have to throw in the towel because all these things that I've tried, nothing is working. And I had really been in a place of just feeling like the victim of a bad metabolism that had been dealt to me, and feeling frustrated that, you know, I didn't love the way that I looked in pictures, and I wanted to delete every picture that was taken with my family, and I did delete a lot of them, which is sad. And you know, I didn't love, like, when I would walk past a mirror, I would kind of do a double take, like, who, oh, that's me? Like, it wasn't the same me that I saw in my head. And so for just a lot of years, I was really focused on what I didn't want to have happening in my life. And when I saw a friend do this program and just have amazing results, I was a little skeptical, just like Lauri. Like, I don't know if it will work for me because I'm that lady who hit 50 and things go really wonky when you turn 50. I don't know if anything will work. And I hopped in and I tried it, and in 3 months, 30 pounds came off, and I was just like shocked, like, oh my gosh, something finally worked. And kind of my next panic moment was, oh my gosh, it worked. Like, what do I do now? I don't want it to come back on. And I was kind of living in this like little moment of panic, like I said, like, I just have to stay here. Like, I can't go back where I was. And so my coach talked to me about, you know, if you hopped in and started teaching people what you've learned over these last 3 months, all the little habits that you've been acquiring, it's really going to help you to stay accountable with your health. And you're really going to learn and understand what you've been training your brain right now. And so I kind of, like Lauri, just kind of dipped in with my toes to see what this was like. And the funny thing was, like, back from when I very first started the program, I would not say that my husband here was super supportive right from the beginning, but I'll let him address that in just a second. But I decided to dip my toes in to start helping other people. And I had no idea where that would go. But I found as soon as I started helping a few people and they started having changes with their health, I just really became addicted to it. Like, it was just so exciting. It was way more exciting to help other people than it was to help myself. And so the stories just kept coming in, and I kept telling Keith about, oh my goodness, like,
yeah, I
people,
love the stories. They were awesome.
People are coming off medications and they're like buying bicycles, and they've never ridden a bicycle before.
Wearing shorts.
Wearing shorts. They're all excited about their shorts or their bathing suits. And anyway, so now I'm going to have to keep telling.
Well, the thing is, what Lauri and I, so when I turned 30, I wanted to lose weight. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. We have been together for a long time, 30 plus years. And so our goals, we align our goals for the future for what, you know, we have expected goals. And with that, we want to be able to help our kids and grandkids when they need it. We want to be healthy and be active as long as we can. And the program, I could see that help Lauri. It also helped our family. And then when we went on the cruise last year, I was pretty convinced that the program and the company, after hearing Dr. A and what's the other guy's name? Dan. And hearing the business side, I was convinced that, I mean, it's a very, it's a legit company, and that I wanted to be a part of that. Now I have a bread company, and the bread company for us was going to be our retirement. We'd sell it and reinvest it. But I had, several years ago, I had several big clients drop us. And so it was really tough for a couple of years. And so Lauri was able to step in and really take care of our family financially. but at the same time, the values of the company of Optavia align with what Lauri and I want to do, and that is to help other people physically, emotionally, and financially, and I've always been healthy, and so I've always people have always asked me, well, how do you get healthy? And I'm like, it's not one thing. And so this is the program is like the first step to help people get healthy and be active, and to and it aligns with our goals, what we want to do for in our future.
And that's what I would say our big tip for the night would be, that as you dream big together and you have your goals, that it helps unite you in your, as a couple and in your marriage, and then helps you know how to show up currently today. And so we know that in this current situation is going to pass, but that it's an opportunity right now to learn and to grow, and that we can actually during this time become who we need to be for those future goals that we have together, of being able to help and serve those around us.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it all. I love the
Love
idea
you,
of aligning your
love
goals
you.
together. Good stuff. And I can't believe, was it the same year she turned 50 that you turned 30 on the same year?
Yeah, I know. There's an age difference. We don't let that out.
Yeah, that is crazy, because she looks younger than you. It's weird.
I know. I picked right.
Weird.
Yes, power couple right there. Thank you both for sharing. I just am inspired by both of you. I'm just loving all of these different phases of life, situations, and it's just interesting how I'm hearing them and hearing the transformations, how, you know, it comes in. This program has come in at the right time for a lot of you, and really changed your trajectory of life. And kind of where you've gone. So it's so inspiring. Thanks, you two. You guys are awesome. We're going to now introduce Eric and Gretchen Fors. They need no introduction at all, talking about another power couple right here. But we're just excited to have you guys on. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, can you hear us? That's
Yep.
a better question.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, we're Eric and Gretchen Fors, and I sent you that picture with the dates on it because I wanted to see how long we've been in part of Optavia. And actually, when we were on our wake-up call today, Jared said a statistic today about how many percentage of people gain all their weight back in 2 years and then 5 years. And I realized that Eric and I have been in this community for 5 years, and we started because I reached out to my coach. We have twins that are 6 now, but after I had them, I realized that I had gained all my pregnancy weight back, and then some going through the Panera drive-thru and eating peanut M&Ms while I was sleep deprived with twins and 5 children. And really reached out because I wanted a healthy transformation for my body. But what we didn't really realize that we needed was really the healthy mind and healthy finances. Like, to be honest, Sarah told me how much it was, and I said, okay, I had no idea. I still should know a little bit more about our finances. But what I do know is that this has really made our finances a lot more healthy because, and the other thing I wanted to bring up is sometimes I hear people say, well, I can't be a good mom and a coach, or I can't do this and that. And that's the one tip that I really wanted to share tonight, was that I think doing this has made me a better mom because it's made me a better human being. And it's taught me so many skills that help myself. And so that is really powerful. And I really grew my business in nap time. I had to give up nap time. I had to give up a few things, but I also had to find some structure. And guess what? Our lives go a lot better with structure. Even now that all the kids are home, having some time to myself, being able to talk to adult human beings. It's kind of like I was when my twins were newborns, and I was really happy to talk to an adult. Now they at least can't hurt themselves while they're outside watching TV, but at least I still get to talk to an adult, right? So really, really grateful for how coaching has really blessed our lives, financially and mentally and emotionally. And Eric, this was also the first time Eric and I lost weight together. So yeah, Eric is, we call our coaching business a family. It encompasses everything. I do most of the coaching, but that doesn't mean Eric doesn't do a lot of the back end, like Lauri, Muse's husband, he's my IT, finance, guru. Grateful for Eric's support.
Yeah, I was studying business my whole life. That it's been amazing to see how successful OptiV it can be if you really put the work in. And consistency, I think, is the name of the game. Gretchen's been doing this for a long time, and it's work. It's always work, but it's joyous work to see people change their lives. And I don't think we've ever heard somebody say, "How could you have told me about this?" As a matter of fact, it's always been, this has been such a blessing in my life. So I think it's gratifying to really help people at such a foundational level to see transform their lives, their families' lives, their kids' lives. Definitely the mental aspect is so amazing, and just not letting things get the best of you and really controlling your mindset. And it's, I was in, she was in medical field, and so being able to do something together, I think, has really brought us closer together as a couple. And you don't really get to do that as much in today's day when everybody's so specialized. So being able to do something together, I think, brings you closer as a couple towards a common goal. And it's been great to see people transform their lives.
So one of the things I forgot to say about that picture was I wanted people to see the power of that picture, because it's been 5 years, right? And we've kept, we're not perfect. We're still on the journey, but I know my life wouldn't be where it is now, and my weight wouldn't be where it is now if I didn't coach people, because it's kept us involved in the community and it's kept us moving forward. And it's really made our family a lot healthier. So we are super grateful for this program.
Thank you so much, Gretchen and Eric. I think you really explained that ripple effect. Like, I just hear that from both of you, just sharing like how, you know, that decision, that one decision to really work on your own health, what that turned into. Because once you start making those changes, people notice. And I know, Gretchen, when you had lost your weight, like, people ask, people notice, and they want what you have. And to really see that opportunity there to help them. And then, as Eric has described, like how that leads to your family, how it helps you become a better person overall. It's just really rewarding. I'm kind of seeing this as a theme here.
And nobody, like Eric was saying, nobody regrets when you share it with them. No one will ever say like, why did you bother me with this program? Like, it's always helping, whether it helps someone a ton or helps them incrementally. It always helps people. It's awesome. If
they're ready, you know, and they get to decide that, for sure. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. I have something else funny to share. Eric, during all of this, Eric said to me something like, "What's going on here?" Something about our Facebook feeds came up. Okay, let's put it this way. And he was like, "Well, mine is so doom and gloom." And I was like, "Eric, my whole feed is filled with a lot of coaches."
Yes.
I don't see any of that. It's really happy and positive, and people are sharing really good things. And I think that that's part of that too, is the community we surround ourselves in, is looking to find the good. Like, that doesn't mean that this isn't, there are some bad parts of this, and this isn't fun, and this isn't a time, I mean, we're all going to look back on this as something we survived, right? But that's what I love about our coaching community, right? Like, they're looking for ways to thrive, and that's what I can see in my Facebook friends and following versus what Eric was seeing in his, who are mostly business people who all they can see is all the dollars they're losing over and over and over again all day long. And so, you know, just that I really appreciate that positivity in this community. And in time like this, there's never been a better time to have that in your life.
Absolutely. And if you need more of that positivity in your newsfeed, that's what our Facebook group is awesome for, that Healthy Together. We will add you so you can get all of that in your newsfeed. We will change your newsfeed, Eric. Just give us a day. Good. All right. Well, I am so excited for you guys to meet the one and only Sarah Flake. I actually have had the opportunity to watch her journey as well, and just be a part of it. And she inspires me daily. So I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. Sarah?
I'm so grateful you guys are all sharing these stories, and Shantelle is my direct coach, and like it's so cool how this company is just like about gratitude, like the fact that she was able to help me with this, and you know, it's just really cool seeing the ripple effects with this. Just a little bit about my story real quick. I didn't even know what it was. I just saw Shantelle was helping some people get healthy, and I had done everything out there, and I just called her up out of the blue one day. I'm like, whatever it is, send me a box. And she was like, okay. I wasn't coachable. I wasn't teachable. I was like a mess. But once I started on this and I realized how different this was from everything else, I got so crazy excited. Like the education system that we offer, that book and that workbook, changed my world. And this is not about learning to teaching you about why salad is more healthy than ice cream. This is teaching you how to be purposeful and mindful and living your life on purpose. And once you understand why your brain is telling you the things it's telling you, creating that mindfulness, that understanding, getting out of reactivity, yeah, you can reach a healthy weight and you can do so much more. Before I started this, I was a 33-year-old mom. I had 2 little girls and they wanted to play with me. I remember I bought my youngest daughter a bike and then she's like, okay, now teach me how to ride it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to run down the street. And I was trying to like help her run down the street, but I was so big. I had just hit obese for the first time in my life and I was trying to run with her and my legs hurt and I couldn't keep up and her bike kept falling over and she's like, Mom, why can't you help me with this? So I started this program and the physical transformation was fast and amazing. I lost 40 pounds back in 2012 and that's kind of the tip of the iceberg. Once I realized that I could change, even though I'd been telling myself my whole life, this is just how I am, I was like, okay, what can I change next? And what started as that physical transformation became a mental, a financial, a social, a relational transformation. And every day when there's something I don't like now, it's like, okay, how can I fix it? As opposed to, oh, that sucks. My life is just hard, right? Which is how a lot of people are stuck. So the thing I love most about this is there is so much personal development. You get it a little bit as a client, but as a coach, we have free trainings every week, 2 for sure, that just teach you how to be a better person. The skills that I learned to deal with clients, basically the main skills are, first of all, modeling healthy habits. So making sure that you are in integrity and you are doing your best. Like Gretchen said, none of us are perfect, but you're doing your best to basically just be on the path. So we're modeling skills. We're asking people what their experience is. So we're curious, we're reaching out. Then we're praising those good behaviors. And then finally, we're just listening empathetically. We're helping people express themselves. And these skills that I have just gotten so much learning and training on as a coach, all completely free, I can take those skills and apply them to my friends, to my partners, to my children. Right now, I'm a single mom. I've got 2 teenage girls. And when there's an issue happening in the home, I can't be like, oh, tag team, I don't want to deal with this and have someone else deal with it. I have got to be 100% present. This is on me. And so, the biggest thing for me, obviously my kids are my life, is helping them deal with their emotions in a really healthy way. I've gotten all this training doing this as a coach with my clients, but especially right now during this time, it is really important that we are modeling healthy emotional management. And that means we are modeling all the emotions. We're not hiding the bad ones and only displaying the good. Because if I'm having a bad day and my kids can see it on the face and they're like, Mom, are you okay? I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about it. Because what does that model for them? It models for them that when they're feeling a negative emotion, they don't want to talk about it. So modeling healthy emotional expression. Yeah, you know what? It's not to do with you, but this thing happened at the store. I had this interaction, it rubbed me wrong, and I'm just in a little bit of a funk, sorry. So explaining your emotions. And then when we're asking our kids to do the same, we're asking them. We're not waiting for them to have a fit. If we see something on their face, you could say something like, hey, what's that expression? It looks like you're feeling X. Do you want to talk about it? Just helping our kids learn that it's okay to feel anything, being curious, asking those questions. And then once they start expressing these emotions, we're not trying to fix the bad ones. There's nothing wrong about any way that anyone might feel. Something that I learned with clients is, if I'm trying to give them answers, it is doing them a disservice. And it's the same with my kids. If I'm trying to fix an emotion, it's teaching them that, oh, that wasn't okay, or, oh, I don't know how to fix this myself. So something that I've really enjoyed as a coach is all these skills that I'm learning for helping clients discover their ownership of their journey, I can bring to my kids as well. And I've had some amazing conversations with my clients, my friends, my kids, just using all these skills that I've learned with this. And the biggest thing is we don't need to fix anyone. No one is broken. It doesn't matter what size you are. People are not walking around looking to be fixed. They're looking to be acknowledged and understood and accepted. So, you know, using those types of skills across all platforms has been amazing for me. And so, yeah, I've been coaching now since 2012. It started out just because I didn't want to coach, honestly. Like, I had another business that I loved, but I felt like after I started this program, I felt like, I had like analogies. Imagine the Titanic just sank and you're one of the lucky few in a lifeboat, and the lifeboat's empty and there's people all around you drowning. And I was feeling like, because people were like, hey, help me. And I was like, well, call my coach. And they weren't. And it's like I was telling them to like swim to some other boat. And finally, no one was calling my coach because they didn't know her. She lived out of state. So finally, I was like, fine, I'll help you. And as soon as I opened up my heart, tons of people came to me with this. My first full month as an Optavia coach, I made more financially than I had made building up my entire business for 5 years. Like, the potential with this is incredible. And as soon as I saw that, that was like, oh, I can help people and I can have a full-time income working part-time hours. I can't tell you as a single mom how awesome it is to be able to be at every school pickup, to be able to bring my kids home when they're sick, to be able to take them to their friends' houses. I have a completely flexible schedule. Anyway, I know we're short on time, but yeah, wrapping it up, it doesn't suck, guys. It doesn't suck.
I love it. Doesn't suck. You know what? I think those are good final words. Like, so good. Thank you for all of that free training right there. Like, that is gold. And how the things that we learned with our own health again. And then as when you become that coach, you are teaching those things that you've learned, which solidifies it so much more. And then you're able to apply those things in all the areas of your life, with the spouse, with your children, with that person at the grocery store that really rubbed you wrong, right? You're able to apply these things. So well said. You guys, I have been so enlightened tonight. This has just been so awesome to hear these stories. I just want to leave you with this little graph. I feel like we've seen like a lot of graphs lately. Here's one more, okay? But that's
my favorite graph, is the one that says amount of time looking at exponential graphs, and it's like March, April.
Yes, it's true. Seen a lot of graphs. This one, you're gonna like this graph though. So the red line is really the current health path for most. And I mean, if you look around, this is just kind of common knowledge, right? Yeah, you know, people, when you get 50, you don't start feeling good anymore, right? You just gain that weight, or you just, this is just typically the way people think. It's that fixed mindset. It's just the way it's going to be. I can't change it. But with our community and the stories you've heard tonight, I feel like this has proven that there is also a green line available for every single person. And I love that you can become a client. You can work on your health. And that is an awesome trajectory. I cannot say that word. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Trajectory. Okay.
We can work on that later.
We can work on that. But that is awesome, right? Right there, that green one. But I love so many of your stories about how you have chosen to teach these things to other people, and how that is that exponential growth right there. That green, that's this green light right here. So thank you all for being on. Hopefully this is giving you just a minute to kind of think about this and what this could do, and talk to the person who invited you on tonight to kind of see what would be a good fit, what would help you in those areas that we showed before in healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. So thanks everybody for being on and for your tips. We'll see ya. Have a good night.